What is up, everybody? I have my fuel pack hooked up right, let me take this off, right here, and it's connected to my ECM on my Harley Sportster. This is what we're gonna be doing today. Let me go ahead and put this back on my, we're gonna do a quick 10-minute auto-tune session, and I'm gonna be having my fuel pack being recorded. That way you can kind of see what's gonna happen. Now, I talked to Vance and Hines. I sent them emails and I sent them a Facebook message. They don't have the Tracker 2-in-1 on the map. I wanted to know why. They said they just couldn't do it. It's been out for 5-7 years. I don't know why. But I emailed them through the app itself, and they told me to use the Vance and Hines Competition 2-in-1 series. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to map it to that, and then we're going to auto-tune that to kind of bring it to more of the Tracker 2-in-1. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have the fuel pack app down on the bottom left corner right here. So hopefully that will kind of help you and show you what I'm doing right now. So I got the FP3 going right now. It says Bluetooth is off. Let's go ahead and turn Bluetooth on. All right, so I have the bike. I turned the bike on. It's not on, it's the battery's on. So it's waiting for it. It's searching for the fuel pack. All right, so checking for firmware update. I am going to go ahead and view and edit maps. Now, I haven't switched it to the Competition 2-in-1 yet. So the first one is my default stock map, and I was trying out the Slant 2-in-1 standard baffle. Let's go ahead and go to map number 2, which is available. Let's go ahead and long press so we can add the map. Click the add button. It's connecting to their servers. So we're gonna click Vance and Hines, and they said to do the Comp Series 2-in-1 with the standard baffle. That's what they told me to do. So click the results down on the bottom. There we go. So this kind of shows you what you got. You know, that's what the Competition 2-in-1 looks like. And I'm going to go ahead and flash the bike. So I click the flash button. It says making changes to your bikes is going to cause some problems. So anyways, or it can cause problems. So it's downloading the new map. It's flashing the new map right now to the bike. All right, now it says I need to turn the bike off for 15 seconds. There we go. It's downloading everything into the actual fuel pack FP3. Now it says keep my bike off for the next 15 seconds. I'm trying not to bore you guys with this because I've already shown a video on how to use the app and how to set up auto-tune. We're going to do a completely new auto-tune day. I wanted to do it with what they recommended because I was doing it with the Roll and Sand Slant. So I got to turn the bike on. But they recommended doing the Competition Series 2-in-1 standard baffle. So that's what we're going to do. Now, from what I understand, once you go through the auto-tune, okay, there we go. It's programmed. We're going to click done. There it is. Current ECM calibration. Okay. So from what I understand, once you do auto-tune, it's going to make the bike feel like shit. So we're going to just go ahead and do that. Because it's trying to find the best that it possibly can for your bike. So we're going to go ahead and click auto-tune. It's going to read the map slots. And we're going to go ahead and auto-tune the Comp Series 2-in-1. We'll do a quick setup. Making changes can alter your fuel consumption. That's what it's asking and saying. So what I have to do with the auto-tune and what's going to happen is that there's going to be this grid. The goal is to get as many green as I can. The orange means that one cylinder has learned this new map, and then the green means both cylinders have learned this new map. But it's going to be all about throttle opening, the throttle position, and it's also going to be RPMs. So I need to go through all the gears and do everything. I don't know if you saw it, but since I have to please turn my bike off, I had the little battery indicator pop up, so I think that's normal. So right now it's reprogramming the Competition Series 2-in-1 standard baffle to auto-tune. This is kind of what you have to do when you start the process. The part 2 of this auto-tune series is going to be just me riding. We're not going to go through this again. We don't have to go through this again. Once you have it on auto-tune, you just keep it connected to the bike, and you don't even have to have your phone up here. It's just going to run automatically. They recommend doing at least 20 minutes of riding, good riding between all the ranges of, like interstate, in town, all the gears. But a lot of people recommend just going through a full gas tank. Actually, Vance and Hines recommends it. Go through a full gas tank. So for me, that's about 90 to 120 miles, depending on how I ride. All right, so the bike is turned on. Step 3 of 3, it's resetting the ECM. All right, cool, done. All right, so this is what it looks like. This is the auto-tune feature. So if you see on the TPMS or a TPS, that's the throttle positioning, all the way to the right is 100, and RPM's on the bottom. So we're just gonna go ahead and start. So we're gonna turn the bike on. All right, so you're gonna see it move. There we go. You're gonna see the lines move while I'm riding. All right, here we go. You see that little gray dot? That's the position that the throttle's in and the RPMs are in, and it's gonna slowly learn. We're just gonna do this for about 10 minutes. How long is this? So it's 11:26. We're gonna do this for about 10 minutes of riding. There's gonna be some editing, some cutting out, but you're gonna see the changes. Last time I did this, when I did the slant 2-into-1, I did not see it learn anything yet. It took a while for it to learn something, but then once it started learning, there might be like a little lag between the phone and the FuelPak. You don't worry about that. It's gonna learn quick. It's gonna learn quick. So we're just gonna go through it right now. You see it, like my throttle opened up and the gray went. Ooh, felt some rear tire movement on that one. A little bit too much rear brake. All right, let's be safe. All right, so see how like my bike kicked. So that's what I was talking about when your bike is just it's gonna run like shit. It just learned 2 positions. It learned 1 cylinder in 2 spots. Now the goal is to get it green, so that's when it learns both. So I'm learning a lot of 1 cylinder positions, and that's just kind of how it's gonna be. It's gonna learn everything hopefully soon. And we're only gonna do about 10 minutes. I just heard some backfire with my exhaust. Like I said, it's learning all these new values, and it's gonna basically tune my competition 2-into-1, Vance and Hines series, whatever, to my bike itself. So hopefully it's gonna be more of a tracker 2-into-1 like it should be. A lot of people make the mistakes of riding around just like a normal, like going to work, a commute, and it's just a consistent like small blocked area, and they're wondering why their auto tune isn't the best. Well, you have to go through all the ranges, so that's why I'm only doing 10 minutes right now, just kind of in town stuff, and then I'm going to go out on the interstate or on a road that I can actually get up to speed and do that then. I'm not going to do that today. That's going to be part 2. All right, so I got some greens already, so that's in the 2000 RPM range with 2 to 15% throttle opening, and it's not 50% throttle opening because I'm going the speed limit. That's why you need to go on the interstate so that you can get the full throttle opening, you know, going on an on-ramp or something like that, you know, or going around traffic, passing a car, you're gonna have more of a throttle response. All right, so I'm getting a lot more greens in the 2000 and 2500 RPM range. See, right now, it's 1,000 RPMs, 0 throttle response over there in the corner because I'm at a stoplight, and I don't like being on a hill on a stoplight. So this is going to be interesting. Ooh, it's such a steep hill. It probably doesn't look like it. Let's get it going. Let's go this way. I think it's a little bit faster road right here. You see how it jumped when I did that? Jump to the right because I had more of a throttle response. So this is all you're going to do. So the first few times you kind of just want your bike to get used to the in traffic area. That way you're not like, I don't know, having too much of a rich or lean mixture when you want to go off onto the interstate. You're going to feel, your bike's not going to feel the greatest. That's why if you have a map already on the Vance and Hines FuelPak, like if you have a Vance and Hines pipe, just use that. That's what they did right here. What I'm doing right now is what they did in their facility, and they were just running it. They dynoed it. They did everything they possibly needed to do. What I'm doing is extra. They're saying, Vance and Hines is saying that you don't really need to do this, and I agree with them, because when I first did it, it's like I didn't need to. My bike ran perfectly fine with the slant 2-in-1, but they're recommending the Vance and Hines competition 2-in-1 for my tracker exhaust. So that's what I'm doing, and I'm just running through it. So I got a lot of oranges, and I actually got some greens. So the greens are what I've learned in that range, that RPM range and the throttle response range. let's go left because there's schools up ahead and I know it's going to be a slower area, so I don't want to do that. Let's go ahead. Let's get some speed. You notice the throttle right there, the throttle response? It's all the way to the right now because I have about 30 to 40% throttle response open, and it's able to learn some of these higher things. So now I'm in 5th gear, and now the RPMs are going to be higher, my throttle response is going to be higher, so it's going to go down in this, if we're going to use this as like a map, you know, northeast, south, and west, it's going to be more of a southeast positioning. In town, it's more of a northwest, you know, green and orange. Now you're not going to get every single square done. You just want this huge block done as much as you possibly can. About 1 gas tank's worth of riding in all various areas. Just got to be careful because you need to be doing this on a road where there's no traffic, and like preferably the interstate if you want to get those higher speeds. We're not doing that today. I just showed you kind of what it kind of looked like. But yes, be safe. Don't focus on this. You don't even need the app open, but this is like a good idea to have it. That way you're able to see what's going on. I'm using my RAM mount. It's a great, I think it's like 30 bucks just for the whole thing. Link in the description. It's holding it fine. I don't have the X grip on it, but it comes with the X grip now, so your phone won't fall out. But as you can tell, my phone's working. It's doing fine. But yes, I'm learning pretty much everything I need to learn in this little area. If I went down to a lower gear and had more of a higher throttle response, I'd have more of the northeast sections, you know what I mean? Because more higher RPM, low RPM, sorry, low RPM and higher throttle response. It's almost impossible to get the 100 throttle response at 750 RPM. I think that's impossible, to be honest. So you're not going to be getting any of that. So right now, neutral, bike's just running close to 1,000 RPMs, just sitting here. No throttle response. See, there you go, 750 to 1,000, and it's just going to be in that upper left corner. I'm just showing you what you have to do when it comes to auto-tune. This is just the simple, you know, this right here, this little block is the in-town stuff. Got about 2-3 more minutes of riding. I'm going to try to get different various areas because I've already learned all these things. But one thing I can do is try to learn the 1,000 RPM and 2% throttle response, because it's right now it's orange, but I want them green. A lot of the oranges that I have, I want them green. There we go. Let's try to. There we go. We got an orange in between the green and that other orange. Let's go ahead and turn left. Getting as many oranges as I possibly can. Let's go and turn around. I got an arrow, so let's be safe about it. There we go. No one behind us. There we go. Learned a little bit of green. And I'm already up to speed. That's what's hard. You need to be on the interstate. On the on-ramp, you'll be able to get that. So I would go on the on-ramp, get off the next exit, come back on, and we'll discuss that in the next video. There we go. A little bit of green. A little bit of green. All right, we got about 1 more minute to make it a full 10-minute video of auto-tuning. So this is right here, 10 minutes of just auto-tuning. So let's go ahead and find a spot where I can turn off the bike, or I can, you know, stop the bike. Then we can go over what to do once you've kind of finished your session. Let's say you just now you got to work, and now you got to do something. So let's go ahead and find a safe spot to turn off. All right, Fairfield in the foothills. That looks like a decent spot. It's got a stoplight. All right. I don't think anybody's gonna be coming out, and plus I'm off road. Nice. All right, kickstand down. I'm not gonna turn the bike off, but what I'm gonna do here now, hopefully you guys can still hear me, is on the bottom right it says apply learn to values. I'm gonna click that. Oh, engine is running. Okay, so you do have to turn it off. Good to know. Engine's running, engine's off. Now we're going to apply the learned values. Unable to flash. Okay, so you have to turn the engine off itself, but then turn it to the ignition position. So we're going to click Applied, Learned Values, Apply. Keep AutoTune active to improve your current map. Finish, end your AutoTune session, and finalize the map. We're not going to finalize it. We're going to apply it, and now it's going to apply the new learned data. This way, when you get to work or whatever, you can kind of just do this, or if you get wherever you want to go, and you're actually doing like an actual AutoTune session, this is good to do. Let's go ahead. There we go. So we can talk about this. You're about to die though. All right, please turn your bike off for 15 seconds. So it's basically like reflashing your bike. I can tell you right now, switching to the competition 2-in-1 from the slant 2-in-1 while auto tuning, because I've done auto tune on both of them. This one so far feels more comfortable. It's auto tuning. I take that back. I was flashing my standard ECM, which isn't good. It's because I have this exhaust, so it was trying to auto tune something standard without an exhaust. So, turn bike on, Bluetooth will reconnect. So now it actually feels really good because it's flashing the competition 2-in-1. So it's actually making it even better. At least I hope so. So we'll just go ahead and double check. All right, auto tune changes have been applied. There you go. Now, one thing you got to realize that once you start, it erases all of the green and orange. Doesn't mean it's not applied. It is applied. It just means that it's not being used right now. So that's how you do an auto tune session. You keep doing it until you run out of gas. You can fill up your gas tank, do a full gas tank, or you just do 20-30 minutes of like a lot of different types of stuff. But that's it. Sorry for a long video, but that's the whole first auto tune session. We're gonna do auto tune number 2, and then we're gonna do a finish and see how it runs. But guys, if you want to buy the FuelPak FP3, I actually have a link in the description. Awesome, awesome device. I love it. Between the FuelPak and the Barnett clutch that I just recently got, best upgrades I could have done on my bike. If you want to check it out, link in the description. Buy it. It's awesome. I love it. But with that said, guys, I hope you guys ride safe, be safe, and I'll see you guys later.